Hello, hello, friends. Where is my thing? Hello, Mr. Big Hairy GM. Okay. I needed to. We are working on Miss Anna Green Gables here. How are you today? Sorry, I'm just trying to get to the reference page I wanted. Mr. Harry. Okay, there was someone with braids in this book. This pattern was originally, like, this collection of dolls was originally based out of a book, but I'm mixing and matching and adapting. Sasha, page 60. And I just want to see how she does braids, because I am not confident on the braids myself. Yeah, the one from the 80s is really good. That is and of Green Gables. You're thinking this one. I used the newer one as the basis for my image. But, I mean, it's still all very similar. Okay. Music is too loud for me. I need to turn it down a little bit in my ear. I'm going to close that screen. But I'm trying to be as generic as possible so that it doesn't, it's still Anna Green Gables. See. So these were my colors for my hair. So if we do I'd also want to lengthen the braid. Ugh. No, no, no. Back up, back up, back up, back up. There we go. I'm gonna need a color. Whoa! Hello, Moko. I didn't realize you guys were still on. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in, everybody under the sun. Thank you for all of the follows. Raid message you forgot to copy, Jaden. Good job. I'm just gonna let chat go for a little while. Moko made us say, got any Canadians? What were the final sales counters? I didn't get to see the final sales for the day. 1757. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. So for anyone who hasn't met me, I am Quilted Hearts. I do most fiber crafts under the sun, but currently am obsessed with CrossStitch. Hi Slazy, welcome in for the secondary raid. Moko left you guys behind. I have Quilted Hearts. I've not ever actually done it on stream, but I do Quilted Hearts. But lately I've been obsessed with CrossStitch. I am particularly obsessed with making kids' toys. Right now we are designing a pattern for Anne of Green Gables. Yeah, so these are little dolls that I make. Thank you very much for the check-in, super positive. Let me get a sample of the doll in my bag of treats. Here's a sample of one of the dolls that I make. So, these cute little cross-stitch dolls front and back. There are so many follows. It is Floss Cross. It is Floss Cross. Make sure I'm saying it right. Yeah, Floss Cross. It is a free website that lets you make patterns for free. So if you don't want to spend the bazillions of dollars that some of the different like applications you can download are, then this is one to get by. Oh, notifications are just wildly far behind. My alerts will catch up at some point in time. Let me catch up to the follows. Moxie and Madness, thank you for the follow. John the Painter, Daria. You've been using Stitch Fiddle. I've not seen that one. I use squared paper. I also have used squared paper. Okay. The Anchored Albatross, welcome. Thank you for following. Plaid Pandas, Hot Pants Gaming, El Raver Jesus, Solemn Organic, Metallica Art, Craft Niggins, Unstable One, Arid, Sapphire Knight, Art by Suez. There was the Slazy Town Raid, Bell's Lodge, Smiley Sloths, Lazy Town, Super Positive, Rack Whack, that's a fun name to say. Nalita the Kind, and Starry Trinkets. Thank you very much for all of the follows. I want to get a nicer program for designing.
Holy fricksicles! You are my first. Welcome.
First blip. Someone clicked a button. I was saying, oh yeah, I wanted to do one of the nicer programs and design them, but they're
nighttime. Daytime.
Nighttime.
Daytime. Nighttime.
There are buttons.
Daytime.
Good time zone. But at the moment, pricing them out is a bit of a pain, so I haven't paid for one of them. Yeah, that's exactly why time zone exists, or because like no one knows what time it is. Like for me, it's 8 o'clock, so it's quite late. In that case,
good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. Yeah, I tend to check too for the firsts. Because I know at least one person who doesn't have firsts limited, so everybody can claim first. So far for Anne, this is how far we've gotten. Okay, so Stitch Fiddle is one of the ones that has a free version. Yeah. So Floss Cross is, and it's the one I'm using, is entirely website based. So if you don't, if you don't have internet access or whatever, you can't access your patterns, and it only remembers them per like IP. So using any other computer, you could lose them. And you're only limited to being able to have 3 active designs at any given time. You can press the I don't want to press it button. You can press it. I mean, that's entirely of your own choice. I warn you that many people would regret it.
This is the song that doesn't end. Yes, it goes on and on, my friend. Some people started singing it, not knowing what it was, and they'll continue singing it forever just because.
Yep. Many of my redeems are child themed because I make a lot of children's toys. If I make the braid that far out, I lose this white here. Let me tuck it back in a bit. And we'll tuck up here. You pressed send before you meant to. Let's erase this one. That there. Let's pick up. Oh yeah, that one. Okay, yep. What colors have I already picked? Stitch. How does that be okay? No, I think I need darker. That's also not visible. I know. Now that's gonna be stuck in my head. Thanks, no. I need a darker brown that's in the same family. So let me pick this color back up. 975. It's here. Nothing's gonna really make me happy. This might be a case of where I need to get into my many tubs of colors. That one doesn't get stuck in my head. Henry VIII, I am. What is going to be darker that's going to work with these two? Like, it gives me this big color chart, but it doesn't always work in physical space. Sometimes I actually have to start getting bobbins out and checking colors. $9.38 is a possibility. I have many colors. And still missing many colors. You learned it from Ghost? Like the Patrick Swayze pottery Ghost? Yeah, I think 801 will work. Like, all I remember from that movie is Patrick Swayze and pottery and stuff. 801. Add that to the palette, and we're gonna backstitch with 801. Going down the hair, it's going to be pretty straight until about here. Now we're going to start doing the braids. How am I gonna make that kind of tuck. I think we just do no. I got married to so funny. Anytime like my husband starts trying to tell me about a movie and trying to describe it, it ends up being the course that I may have seen the movie, but I don't remember it at all. It's like I watched a lot of movies in my childhood that I did not actually pay attention to. Is that reading his braid? Like, I grew up in the generation that like every Friday night me and like my parents would go to Blockbuster and rent like 2 or 3 movies, and those would be our movies for the weekend. It's like I watched a lot of movies, I know that, I just don't remember them. I still really like how the Argyle turned on her little shirt. How do I want to end the braid? Where is my reference picture? I was particularly using and with an E. It's the one that I was using, and it was this outfit. An image, new tab. Okay, so she's got it, the little like gold tie. See, I don't think I've ever watched Labyrinth. I've heard so many things about it, but I've never actually, I don't think, sat down and watched that one. So I'd like to actually, where am I here? Erase. I want to narrow this in, I think, at this point. Need to narrow it and then kind of pop it back out again after the tie. Yeah, we are making Anna Green Gables, Mel. I'm using, as a reference, the Anne with an E, which is the newer version of Anne Green Gables that they did in Canada. What's this for color? Whoops, for the tie. That'll probably work. Okay. The white back in there. I think I gotta draw. I don't think I actually want to backstitch it with a brighter color. Little hair tie. That's working. Inconceivable. Now that movie I've seen too many times. Is it that my streams always end up in movies and TV shows? When I was doing the Crafty Collective Raid Train, we were talking about kids' TV shows the whole time. I'll go here and here. I was thinking that I might stitch up this pattern for the St. Jude's auction. So I'm not actually going to be selling this pattern. I'm literally making this pattern as a sample to show that I can make these custom. Is she gonna get the puffy sleeve she wanted? I don't plan to make them too much puffier than this. They're a little puffy, not super puffy. They're decently puffy in this outfit. I am kicking myself for the fact that I used to have, I think it was like second edition books, but they were super old, and somewhere in life in general I lost them, and I'm sad about that. Those would have been a nice thing to have. I think I want to, whoops. Yeah, somewhere in the moving provinces a few times and stuff like that, they've disappeared into somewhere. Uh, Might need to make this backstitching color darker. Your mom bought the box set for us to reread at some point in time. She originally bought the books one at a time. Yeah, I've seen a couple when I was kind of Googling around trying to find what reference photo I wanted to kind of base off of. A couple really nice, like, reinterpretations that are like graphic novels and different things like that that I think would be interesting for the younger generation now. Kind of eyeing some of them as maybe gifts for my friend in the future. Because I only have a little boy. I'm not sure how much he'll be into Anna Green Gables. But I have a friend with some little girls that I can spoil. Yeah, that's a nice little feature. I think most of them do that. I can also switch it to flat color. But that doesn't look quite as good as the crosses. Or I can switch it to symbols, which is really hard to read. Useful when you're stitching, really hard to read when you're looking at it. This can probably be the same color for there. Yeah, it looks way better with the cross stitch. Welcome in, alley cats. Whoops. I like when patterns give me the option for both. Because I typically use Pattern Keeper or something like that when I'm stitching. The color actually doesn't help me otherwise. Maybe not go the whole way across. Just to there. Yeah, so just the symbols hurts my eyes if I'm looking at it raw, but using Pattern Keeper while I'm stitching. No, that doesn't look right. This needs to be rounder. That's better. But having the color to reference otherwise. Okay, I think that's the head mostly there. I might need to still darken up the stitching on the hair, the back stitch. I'm not sure how readable that is. He's looking cute. We're getting there. Let's see, pick the white back up. I want to just add a couple here for the band. What color was I using for the back stitch there? Is that this? Yep. Are you keeping the back stitch around the stitches, not rounding her off a bit? Sorry, not sure what you mean. Keeping the back stitch square. I mean, somewhat anyway. Oh, you're up here at the sides. Yeah, she does look a little square at the side of the head. Is that kind of what you're thinking? You know that I'm seeing that. She's looking a little square. Not sure if this is what you meant, but it's all I can see now. I'm okay, yeah. This is gonna stay somewhat square. It's let me see if I can show you in one that I've made before if I can get close enough. Like there's the outlining on the face here. It does stay pretty square. It's kind of, you know, cute pixelated. Just gives it a little bit of a little oomph. Still thinking I might add a third color in the hair. I think it might need a little bit more of a highlight, but I'm not 100% certain at the moment. Yeah, pixelated. Yeah, like there's some times where like, yeah, you want it to be a lot softer of a look. Hi, Blue-Eyed Cat. Hello, hello. Welcome in. I was not expecting another raid tonight. How are you? What were you working on today? Welcome in, raiders. Have some wonderful sleep, Mel. That is late. You're working on your sampler? Awesome. We are working on Green Gables, the cross-stitch pattern for one of these cutie little dolls. But we're inspired by this version of Anne. Of course, if you need to go get a bit of a rest, please don't let me stop you. I am having trouble getting this to do what I want it to do. That's just what I need to do. Just waiting on your food to arrive. That's better. So let's pick, whoop, nope, pick up this color and add another, count, switch tools. Thank you. That'll probably work. Oh, and paint this one and that one. That makes her arm really odd shaped. Let's erase that back stitch and try again. Some things just don't work right. Still wants to go. Well, erase that one. There we go. That is slightly more natural, at least on the top. Let's see. I mean, I still appreciate the face is still applied because I was talking about weird shaped arms, so it fit. Just roll with it. It was intentional. Okay. Now let's see if I can duplicate what I just did. So we go one out, two down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They're cute little faces. Okay, let's zoom out. From there we went down 1, 2. Okay, so that was a 2 and 2. Yeah. I'm gonna go straight out 2, straight diagonal down, up 2, straight diagonal over. Fill the coloring back in. Go 1 over, 2 over. I really didn't go even at all. Now I'm looking at the braids going, one is wildly bigger than the other. Oh, good. This is what happens in early design phase. Whoops. It's not painting green. Actually, let's actually paint in green. And pick up this darker green, put it there. That is a lot of prunes. You are going to be spending some time in a bathroom. Okay. Sleeves make sense. Now I'm annoyed that the hair's uneven. There's nothing wrong with liking prunes. I'm gonna have to decide how much that bugs me. Does the unevenness bug me? Enjoy your lurk. Thank you very much for hanging out. Okay, so the skirt isn't even on either side. Let's just make the skirt even for now. So I think the point where I gotta start looking at symmetry. Oh, there we go. That was pretty quick. Definitely need to add something to some detail of some kind. Whoops, didn't mean to hit that button. Close that. Like, I'm pretty sure her pinafore doesn't really have any. It is from Frosty Tools, yeah. Frosty Tools is funny. So yeah, like her Apron really doesn't have much in terms of detail. Why are we loading so slow? Go. I don't want to leave it just plain white. It's a lot of plain white. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, some little flowers might work. Or little leaves. Little leaves might also work. I can keep it in the same color tones. Yeah, that particular sometimes, yeah, has her in that flower crown. This one. Why are my pictures loading so slow today? Whoops. My internet's having a knip shit. That leaf was horrible. Yeah, I could do more of... I did that... Whoops. I did kind of a gingham kind of check pattern up here. I can do that on the bottom. So I can always shorten the pinafore and add more of that trim along the bottom. Which I think is better than this. Go away, little dot. We do it to there. Yeah, definitely giving ideas and thoughts. That's half the reason that to do some of the. Okay, we just fell. I don't know why I'm not using the tools available to me. That's why you do especially some of the early stuff like of this pattern on stream. It's likely once I get to like the real finalizing bits and finishing it off that I won't do that on stream. But the start of it, the bigger problem is the thinking time. Oh, ad break. Pure white. What's my spacing? 3. 1, 2. One, two, three. Three. Two, three. Three. Welcome back from ads. 1, 2. Whoops. There is. Sorry, my music just randomly kicked out on me. What is going on tonight? 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know what's happening, but my music keeps randomly kicking out. Okay, it is just stopping. Can't play the current song. Okay. Whatever, Spotify. Frankly, there should be one there. I don't know if this is still going to be here, but start it. Okay. That line. Yeah, it was like something was off there. Why is my music just going wild? Something's going wonky. My internet's behaving. Cropped frames don't look like they're going nuts. My computer's just cranky with how many people are watching my stream right now. You can do it, Mr. Computer. You can find the interwebs. Do do do. Well, I don't know why things are all loady slow. Not really dropping that many frames. Just a few here and there. I think most of that was from when the stream, when the raids first came in. Play this playlist for me. All right. It seems to be maybe considering playing that. Well, that does, doing that gingham at the bottom does help break it up. The other thing I need to do that I think is part of the reason my eyes are getting unhappy with it is I haven't smoothed out this corner yet. It's going to cut into my design, but that's fine. That's a little more reasonable. Okay, that looks a little better. A little less box. Should I? Her pinafore goes all the way around. It's actually like thicker. So should I make it wider than the dress underneath? Just one? Huh. Not sure I like that. I could rather just be even. Okay, let's finish adding backstitch. Ooh, that is not the right backstitch color. I was using the gray. Where are you? This one. I think I want to line this. Do that. Last one. Do I do that? Add in a little there. I am gonna go straight across. We have to duplicate. Where do we meet? We meet there. Here. Okay, that's gonna make me go cross-eyed if I try and do that now. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna outline. I actually don't think I want to outline some of this. Kind of going back on thoughts. We're gonna skip the outline. This is a moment where flat is, I think, gonna help. Yeah. Because I didn't notice that was a different color. Pick up this color. Oh, it's there too, eh? Oh, I remember why. Because there's this little color patch. I'm gonna erase this backstitching. I don't think I actually want it here. But now it's gonna be a lot to do the white. It's not white, it's gray. It's a lot easier to see. That makes it a heck of a lot easier. There we go. So I need to figure out her shoes, I guess, is the last step. I still think I'm gonna go back and tweak her braids because her braids are uneven. Let me see, let me see. I have do I want to do boots? You know what, those might actually be. Do I have a black? Do one whoop. Undo that. I thought I was in stitching. That's not the right color. There we go. Let's see. ba, 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 ba. How do I want to do these boots? That's two. We go one up, one up. Mm-mm-mm. Okay, where am I going here? I just want to make sure. Remove unused colors. I don't think there is actually anything unused at the moment. Hello, kitty cat. You're yelling. Yeah, I know this looks crazy. Another color. You wear socks, tights, stockings. This is a weird thing to try and Google. Okay, so I want it to be more brown than black. Here's... Where'd it go? There it is. Woo! That'll work. Do 5 up. Let's see. All right, I think we are getting to the end of how long I can focus. So I think it is time to raid out. We are going to go visit someone I've been lurking in for a while but haven't actually talked in their chat yet. We're going to go visit Magic and Comic. Thank you very much for coming and hanging out with me. Hopefully I will see some of you again soon. Thank you very much for all of the raids and the unexpected attention. I will see you guys again soon.